All right, we welcome you back to the program. Frank Frangie along with Hayes Carline. The Gators made an amazing run. They won a national championship for the third time. The best shooter in school history was on those first two championship teams, and he joins us now, Lee Humphrey. Lee, great to have you on, man. How are you?
Doing well, Frank. Thanks for having me. And how fun was that Gator basketball season?
Oh, my goodness. And you had the best view in the world, man. For people that don't know, Lee is on that broadcast team, and along with Sean Kelly. What was it like? I mean, obviously, you lived it now. You lived it yourself and had a big part in winning two of those. So you had a better vantage point than the rest. But what was it like? What was special about this group?
You know, Frank, watching this team I felt like I was almost on the floor playing with my team. Right there on the sidelines, you could see all year how much joy they had playing together with each other as a team. I mean, it was a true team. Nobody cared who stepped up that night. A lot of guys had big moments throughout the year, and the team just looked like they were having fun playing together, and it made it a joy to watch. I mean, when the second half came around in games and we started making runs, I could hardly sit in my seat.
Hey, Lee, it's Hayes Carline. Great to talk with you. Give us your take of Todd Golden and what makes him such a special in-game coach.
So this year, I think, Hayes, it's a great point because I don't think I've ever seen a team, probably even ours, make the adjustments and kind of real-time decisions that the team would make. I mean, all year so during 4 media timeouts, I get to go over, I get to watch, I cover the timeout, I report back on the play. And almost every timeout, I'm walking back to my seat beside Sean, and I'm thinking, oh, we're scoring on this play. And almost every time out of the timeouts, we're scoring. It was unbelievable. And I don't know, Todd has got a great feel for modern basketball. They play a super free-flowing game, but he's got a real knack for identifying a player's weakness or a tendency from another team and taking advantage of it in a specific moment. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Lee Humphrey with us from the Gator Radio Network, and, of course, the shooter on those two great championship teams. Lee, and I believe this. There's obviously they defended this year. Nobody plays with the back to the basket anymore, but you still have to have big guys. But I think shooting matters more than ever. I thought that if you count Condon, who made some, the Gators had 7 guys, I thought, that made impact threes this year. Isn't that where we are in the game? I mean, if you can't shoot threes, you got to do the other stuff. I get it. But don't you have to shoot threes to win in today's college basketball?
I think so. You've got to shoot threes. If you watch the NBA, they make a ton of threes. Todd coaches a pretty similar style to NBA teams. I think that's one reason why it's attractive to a lot of young guys. They know they're going into a good system and he can prep them. But you got to hit threes. We had a ton of different guys make them. But not only that, you've also got to be able to dribble and pass. I mean, our bigs, we got the whole front court back. Hopefully we can get Alex coming back and we have everyone back. But, you know, Alex, Tommy out there especially, I mean, they're like point guards at the 4 spot when they've got the ball, which is also really important.
Lee, what would be your advice if Condon comes back? The guys that hand-logged in Chinlelu, if they were to seek your advice on, you know, how were you guys able to repeat? It's one thing to have incredible talent, but to keep that cohesiveness and keep that hunger, what would be your advice to the next season's Gators?
There's going to be a lot of distractions. I think you got to go into the season on a blank slate. I mean, it's a new season. Whatever you accomplished in the last season, it's gone. And you're not going to be able to get to the top the same way you got there the year before. It's going to be a different road. You may have some injuries here and there. You're going to play a different schedule. The team dynamics are going to be different. We're losing our 3 starting guards. We've got some great ones coming in to replace them. So they've got to approach it as a new year. They're going to have their target on their back, but you got to embrace it too. I always thought road games were more fun than home games almost, because there's nothing like going into an opponent's gym and really taking it to them.
Lee Humphrey with us talking about the Gator basketball team. So Todd Golden has suggested Houck is going to play the 3 next year. Can he defend out there, Lee? Obviously he can shoot and he can handle and he can face the basket, but he's 6'9" and some change. Can he defend a small forward or a team with a 3-guard offense?
I think so. I'm super confident he can defend at the 3, because the way they play defense they switch a lot anyway.
Yeah.
They switch a lot throughout the year. That's kind of almost their standard pick and roll defense, and screening defense is the switch. So he's had a lot of practice on smaller, quicker guys, and he just plays so hard. I mean, one of Tommy's biggest strengths is his motor, and he'd come in off the bench, and you knew what you're going to get out of Tommy. Seemed like first or second possession that he's in, he's getting a big rebound. So he's got the motor to guard the guys and still rebound and play in transition.
In terms of this backcourt, these new additions, what's sort of your vantage point on what Lee is bringing and Fland is bringing to the backcourt?
Well, they're big pickups because, I mean, our guards were so great last year. Walter Clayton, I don't think I've seen more clutch shots from a guy than Walter hit during the NCAA tournament. He was clutch all year, but we hardly ever played from behind in the regular season. We were basically crushing everyone. And then we had to come back in almost every NCAA tournament game. And each clutch shot, fortunately for me, it felt like it was right in front of me on my seat. So that was pretty fun. So replacing those guys was big. And Boogie Fland, he can create. He can score off the dribble. He was only a freshman last year. And Xavian Lee also was a good scorer. He's big at 6'4". Both guys can rebound. And they both really pass. I think both averaged over 5 assists per game, and really good assist-to-turnover numbers too. So I think they'll be great.
When Lee Humphrey says somebody makes clutch shots,
yeah,
that's pretty good praise. If people saw the you come out of the half at those games in Atlanta and Indianapolis, I don't know that I saw more of a clutch shooter. And I mean that very sincerely, Lee. So I'm going to pass along to Walter Clayton that Lee Humphrey just said that. So that is big. That's big stuff. Hey, tell me about what's going on in Jacksonville. Now, you live here. For people that don't know, Lee lives here in Jacksonville with us now, and you're involved in the basketball community with your academy, with other things you're doing. Catch us up on kind of where you're headed here.
Sure. So living in Jacksonville, been here about 10 years. Absolutely love it. I kind of call myself a Jacksonville salesman on the side. I like to make a good pitch for Jacksonville, but I've got 3 boys. The oldest is going into 5th grade next year. The youngest into 1st, and the middle one's going into 3rd. And we're launching a basketball academy at their school, Cornerstone Classical Academy. It's on St. John's Bluff. Okay. And there's not a better time to launch. After a Gator championship, it's in the summer. It's a good time to get into basketball. We've got a brand new facility, so 2 gyms, 12 baskets. I don't know of another place like it in Jacksonville, so we're going to be able to do a lot of great programming.
All right, so you already have your own academy, right? I mean, didn't you have an academy of some sort that wasn't school related, or am I wrong about that?
Well, it's not. I'm in partnership with the school,
okay, I got
so
you.
It's not exclusive to the school. It's open to the community, and really, I want to create something different, something unique. I mean, there's a lot of basketball options out there.
Yeah.
But my dad was a middle school basketball coach.
Okay.
I had a key to the gym. I was in there every night, and I was on the weekends calling my buddies in a phone book to say, hey, who can come up to the gym and meet and play some pickup? So there's a lot of options out there for basketball now, but there's, it's a lot of individual instruction. It's a lot of games and kind of travel in AAU formats. And what I feel like is missing, because I can see it in my boys too, is kids just don't. It's not like it was when we were kids. They don't play enough. So we want it to be super fun. We want the kids, when they leave the gym, to be begging to come back. It's going to be play-based, so we'll teach a lot. You'll learn to play the game, but it'll be all through games. It'll be a lot of fun. And we're starting a 3-on-3 league that's full court on the short courts.
All right.
So there's a ton of opportunity to have the ball. Especially when you're an elementary school kid, it's important to have the ball, have a chance to take some risk, make a mistake, rally around your teammates. So that's the kind of environment we want to create.
Lee, how do people find out more about it? Is there a website they go to, a number they call? How do people find? Because that sounds like cool stuff for an aspiring basketball player. How do they find out more?
You can go to leehumphreybasketball.com.
Okay. Website's
been up for a few weeks. We've got our first league starting June 16th, the week of June 16th. And we've got a camp the week of June 23rd. That 3-on-3 league it's a 6-week commitment, so not a big commitment. And we've also got something that I'm really excited about. It's called Just Play Saturdays. Okay. So it's pick up for kids. We're going to limit the age group to rising 8th graders so that they've got 4 courts to play on and don't have to worry about adults coming in, pushing them off the court. and we'll be there to provide some instruction too. So be a lot of free play, but it'll also be a lot of instruction.
All right, LeeHumphreyBasketball.com. I will tell you, I'll close with this. I was with Ryan Thomas from Impact Christian a week ago, and we were just talking about basketball, and out of nowhere he says, Lee can still really shoot it. So is that true? I'm trying to get that confirmed, Lee. Can you still? Brian Thomas says you can still. He said there's some back stuff going on, Hayes, so he doesn't run the floor like he once did, but he can really shoot it. True or false? That's what I need to know.
I'm very good from three-point line to three-point line, and I'll just say I'm a little more hot and cold than I used to be, but I can still find a good hot streak.
Lee Humphrey from the Gator Radio Network, and of course, the outstanding shooter on those two back-to-back title teams. Hey, look, it was a great run for all of us Gators, Lee. It really was. It was a lot of fun. It was fun listening to you and Sean. Please say hello to my buddy Sean Kelly when you see him. We enjoyed listening to you, and good luck on the academy, man. We appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Hayes. Appreciate it.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL. For even more great content like this, be sure to subscribe and like the 1010XL channel.